everybody, and welcome back to the WGLNA Season 2 Finals. We just saw Simple Tankers progress into the semifinals earlier on. Fulcrum Gaming will be joining them. And now, for match number 3, it's the Cunninghams versus Hammer Time. I'm Joshua Clutchgrade, joined on the desk, Randall Rulekill Holcomb, and also a very special guest, quite a showman himself. We have Waffles from Simplistic.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's great to be here.
Great to have you here, man. We've had a lot of fun in Vegas so far.
We have. It's been great.
We are in the belief business.
We are in the belief business.
So that comes down to the crap tables, pretty much.
It does. It does. A hope and a prayer.
A hope and a prayer. That's right. Well, as we get this next match underway, we're going to go ahead and throw it over to our host, Lauren Elise, for the face-off. Lauren, take it away.
Thank you very much, Clutch. It is time for our next face-off. I would like to invite the team captains to the stage. Thank you guys very much. Thank you, ladies. So we're going to do our face-off. We have a coin flip, but first I have a question for you guys. You are the lower seed in this matchup. What are you going to have to do to make it into the semifinals?
These guys are pretty good, but as far as what we saw in the bracketing, I think we stand a pretty good chance against them. I don't know. I think our strategies will work out well against them.
Okay. And last season you were eliminated first round. Are you confident that you're going to make it into the semifinals?
I think it's either all or nothing right now, so we're either going to win the whole thing or we're going to go out right now. We'll see how it goes.
Cool. Seems like YOLO is the theme of the night, so we'll see how that goes. As the higher seed, you get to choose heads or tails. If you win, you get to pick the map, or you can opt to defer it. Heads or tails?
Heads.
First time I didn't catch it. It is heads, though. Would you like to pick the map or defer it?
Himmelsdorf.
You get to choose the spawning point.
We'll take, we'll go south.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. You may take a seat. Good luck. Let's battle.
Taking a look at these tank lineups, look at this 3-1-10s for the side of. Gosh, I'm just help me out here.
I'm on the side of Hammer Time.
I'm watching the wrong side.
Which is
here.
blue.
Mhm.
You're on the side of Cunninghams, which is red.
Thank you. How could I forget? Commander J, Taka, A. Martin, Starwind, Silent Demise, Countess, Militant 83. How could I forget those
Martin
guys?
223, man. He's on the L Tractor.
Yeah, I just blinked out there for a second.
NYPD in the 5100, one of the top performers we have seen in Season 2. And look at this push coming out from the west side of the Cunninghams. They are going for it. And they also took out they lost A. Martin, but they did take out Declan of Death. And Tanker 91 is going to be spotted here for a little bit, as the 110s have been spotted on the side of the west. I'm really, really, really intrigued here with this type of aggression coming out of the Cunninghams.
Yeah, and with this, actually, you have T1s on the opposite sides of the map. So what's going to happen is you're going to see maybe Caster Starwind be taken in and used as the cap pressure tank. And on the opposite side, Overlord Prime can get into the backfield and maybe also put on his own cap pressure. Both of these teams really need a T1 kill. With a T1 kill, it's what it'll do is it will remove that T1 advantage that either team will have and then prevent any possibility of cap pressure. As we can see, Caster Starwind is moving in further and further. Neither team knows where their opponent's T1 is at this time. I don't think Caster Starwind was spotted. He took a little damage a while back, but where he could be now, there's a huge zone in which he could potentially be, and he has not been spotted as he gets closer and closer to his enemy's cap. Numerous spots going out, and there's damage going out. Drynet's taking a hit.
Yeah, Drynet's down to 1167 out of 1500. Outside the Maya's Taka 001, Milton 83. Just around the corner. Wait for Drynet's to poke out for another volley of shots. He's not going to, though. He knows better than that. Caster Starwind's going to be chased by Tanker 91 and Zazie a little bit back here. Zazie's trying to stay behind the IS-3 and waiting for any of the Cunninghams to pop up. Defensive play now going to be played from Hammer Time.
And now actually Taka moves to cover a potential approach from the members of Hammer Time. Fantastic reaction, because it looked like Hammer Time wanted to push along the J line. And actually I see pinging going out. There's a preparation for the approach from Hammer Time. This is a fantastic job, and there they actually see some cover destroyed, and they're getting prepared, they're lining up, and there, trades, shots going on to Zazzy. Countess taking a hit down to 1262.
Zazzy 11-18 at 1400. Trades a shot against Countess again in that 110. Countess is hurt.
Countess does not, he just clearly doesn't understand that he can't reverse angle in a 110. He then actually angles his front properly, does get the bounce.
Takes that tank down, Tinker at 91, and Liebestad now going to be falling back here as the 110s are going to push up along with the 5100. And here comes the other 110 from Countess, going to move in as well. Liebestad takes another hit, but NYPD from behind in the 5100 may clean up against Countess, and he does. Beautiful shot, but Taka 001 moves in for the kill against him. Tinker 91 now on the run as three of the tanks try to hold on to their great position here, but NYPD get to trade some blows with one of the tanks staying behind on the side of Cunninghams. The red team is Commander Jay, but he is way low, but he stays just out of reach, but Dryness is able to get the kill. And now NYPD moves in from the rear.
But he has to be reloading by now. He has to be out of shells, and he's going to try and bait out Silent Demise, and then to the opposite side, there is Dryness in the IS-3. He will hit harder than Silent Demise does. Silent bounces, and Dryness will have a free shot. He will connect, taking Silent Demise down to 500 hit points. At the same time, guys, there's a blue T1 in the far north, defending as Taka will book it to the north, and he will go to defend the cap. However, he stops as Overlord Prime does leave, and Dryness reverse angling at the same time has taken Silent Demise down to 133 hit points.
Dryness 1167, and that IS-3 is a force to be reckoned with against Militant 83 and his counterpart. NYPD is going to be done reloading in just a little bit. He has full HP on his tank, and he is going to be ready to deal some significant damage against these Cunningham heavy tanks. Silent Demise so low on HP. And now Taka 001 is the one that has, no, Militant 83 is the one that has the most. And the T1, or excuse me, the 110s do take a little bit of damage here. Silent Demise trying to hold back behind Militant, but NYPD goes for the kill. Now Militant on the back burner here, trying to fall back.
But Taka will take down NYPD, saving Militant. He's still alive at 121 hit points. Dryness at 872. Taka and Militant have the damage to finish him off. And there it goes.
Wow.
But Taka. It's not GG quite yet, as Overlord Prime is still alive.
Taka 001 with the clutch play just around the corner, getting those hits. And now the T1 is going to be on the run, at least trying to do whatever he can to stay alive here.
A nearly perfectly timed push by Hammer Time. It could have only been slightly better if it had been slightly sooner. Taka coming in also at a perfect time. Without him, we would not be seeing a win by gosh, I'm just blanking right now. Cunninghams. Why am I doing this?
It's because you've had a long day of shootouts, Randall. Okay. But it's okay, because the Cunninghams are going to be on the chase here for Overlord Prime in that T1. He's going to try to stay alive, which is smart because he could try to draw it out. Taka 001 aims, fires.
He's zeroing, getting the perfect,
and it's a miss. Overlord
Taka.
Prime saying, haha, you can't get me. And he's going to try to back forth.
Can't touch this.
5100. Taka still going to be on the chase here as Overlord Prime's going to turn the corner. And Militant 83 is going to go to the south for the flag capture. Overlord Prime going to stay alive barely. Oh, he's going to turn around. He's going to face maybe his opponent saying,
you think you can hit me?
Think you can hit me? Yeah, he's going to turn the corner.
Or maybe the jukes? No.
Sick jukes of Overlord Prime. That
it won't come to anything. There's 3 minutes 45 left, and there's a minute 27 left in the battle. There's some like tiny sliver of hope somewhere within the like 1% of 1% chances that you could do stuff. But
we're in the belief business. If there's a chance, we're going to believe. Overlord Prime around the corner. 5100 is going to line up the shot. Oh, the T1's going to fire back. Taka 001, like a cat playing with a mouse, still on the chase.
I wonder if he enjoys this.
I'm sure Taka doesn't. Overlord Prime does. Nope, it's over. And battle number 1 goes to the Cunninghams. Excellent play and a good trade of fire between these tanks. The 110s pushing in like that on that west side. 3 of them, 3 110s.
Yeah.
That is not common
No, but they have great DPM and great penetration. And the front Shuka out of the 110 is so much sharper than that of the IS-3. And so you get these really strange bounces out of the 110. You can't reverse angle with it. It doesn't have spaced armor on the sides like the IS-3 does, so it's just not as potent. But I think the T1s really helped in that battle, because the thing was, you had Overlord Prime had the great potential to draw Taka away, but because he left cap, Taka stopped. He did not continue going north, and he did not continue hunting that T1. He returned to help with the fight. And do you think that was right by Overlord Prime Waffles?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I think I do. Again, it was all about positioning. I also felt that they felt like NYPD might have been a little bit out of position there, went for a flank, and they pushed in, I think, at a really key time. He was able to do a good damage, get back in the fight, but I think that few extra seconds of initiative really, really helped them.
Yep, that initiative and also that map control of pushing it into the front door of Hammer Time allowed them to try to control their opponents, and that was very key at the beginning of the battle, and that's going to be very key for the rest of the match. If you feel that you are not in control of the map itself, you're going to start making mistakes. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to actually find out what the Cunninghams had to say about their preparation for the WGLNA Season 2 Finals. Hey everybody, welcome back to the WGLNA Season 2 Finals. Currently in battle number 2, the Cunninghams versus Hammer Time. Cunninghams able to take it with a trio of 110s on Himmelsdorf, and now the next map is going to be Prohorovka, the map that has seen a lot of draws in group play, but not so much in today so far. I think we've seen it about once, we've seen it twice in the series that we've been able to commentate and broadcast, and now we're going to see the third time.
Yeah, it's just, most teams have started to figure out the way they need to play this map. They realize that West control, and many teams actually, the times that we've seen Prohorovka, we've seen one team in the South, both times, actually fail to take as much control as I was happy to see. And, you know, we just see teams more and more comfortable. The Cunninghams have a 60% win rate on this map. They have 5 games. On the other side, you've got Hammer Time with 5 games and a draw on this map. The Cunninghams seem more comfortable because they can play a faster battle on Prohorovka, but then Hammer Time just they fail to bring that concise, you know, aggression to this. They play it slower. It's just the way they approach Prohorovka. They're more likely to draw on this one. I feel like maybe we'll see an east-west polarization because we have Hammer Time here.
Which do you favor, Waffles, playing for simplistic, north to south or east to west on Prohorovka?
North to south, I think, yeah. I mean, you know, it's a great map for hull-down tanks, tanks with depression. Even if some of those have fallen out of favor a little more recently. It's great if you've got an active scout player, someone who's really good at spotting enemy players without taking damage in return. You know, so I guess it depends on your skill set, but you know, for both of these teams, I feel like this is a great map. This is going to be a great match.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into the battle, ladies and gentlemen. Battle number 2 on Prohorovka, Cunninghams versus Hammer Time.
As these two teams get near to the map, I will introduce the tanks. We may have to skip out if something happens, though. We've got T-32, 416, and 3 1390s for the side of Hammer Time. For the other side, we've got a Pershing, 2 T-69s, and 2 1390s for the Cunninghams. And opening scout runs will reveal numerous tanks. Actually, T-32, 3 1390s, all getting spotted out. The only tank unspotted is the T-69, and actually Militant will be spotted. However, Tanker 91 in the 416 will remain unspotted for right now. He will remain a mystery. Damage going out already, though, as there goes a T1. Declan of Death is down.
Drynet's taking a lot of damage here. 154 out of 1,100 HP. Wow, just got tracked there. Now he is in some bad juju positioning right here. NYPD now moving up to 1390 to try to cover the retreat of Drynet's, and he's able to land one hit at least into that push. Libestad in the T-32. The teams are so close together here, battling it out over the crest of this hill at the F2 and 3 line. Pershing and the T-69s are going to be able to hold that position, and this may open up a great play from the Cunninghams to push across the railroad and then head further south.
But Hammer Time can still recover this. They have the Object 416. He is at range. He can land shots on these T-69s very easily. Those heat shells 330 heat pen. That is fantastic. These T-69s will not stand a chance against that penetration. Looks like Militant, though, will start to try to flank Liebestad. However, Liebestad does blow his shot. Alfred A. Martin does not connect. That's an opening there for Countess Taka and Militant to possibly push in. It looks like NYPD has joined Liebestad, and that will probably prevent any kind of push coming out from the members of the Cunninghams. However, Cunningham's huge advantage in position. They have a great hold down. Oh, wow. A. Martin is going to go down in the T-32. Too aggressive, although he may want to die because now he can manage his team more easily with much less pressure.
Simp likes that. That's called the Mac attack. This may be the A. Martin attack. But Taka, 001, takes a shot from Liebestad. NYPD trying to cover the retreat of the T-32. What I mean by that is moving up and down, and now Drynitz gets a kill against Castor Star when taking out one of the T1s. The battle's going to continue at the center here as Countess takes another shot from NYPD and Liebestad. The Pershing is almost dead, and it is. NYPD gets the kill, but Liebestad is going to be targeted, surrounded, and killed. NYPD now isolated from all of these Cunningham tanks. It's like a hornet's nest right now against Hammer Time. NYPD at 74 HP, he goes down. Zazie at 1100. Still full HP, trying to focus on Commander J. If he gets tracked, he will be slowed down and destroyed here. Silent Demise gets another hit in the 1390. He gets a kill against Commander J, but the ramming damage from the 1390 slows down Zazie. One more hit, and he goes down for Silent Demise. Militant 83 and the T-69 still trying to hold against Tanker 91.
But now Tanker 91 will close the distance as Militant 83 is reloaded, and he whiz pumping shot after shot. Fantastic track pen right there, taking him down to 413 now. Tanker 91 will live at 172 hit points. Militant 83 is reloading. Silent Demise is running away. Will Militant 83 be able to reload in time to kill Tanker 91? I don't think so. Oh wait, it looks, Silent Demise is returning to the fight.
And here he comes, trying to turn the corner. Just over the way, Silent Demise in the 1390, trying to go for the ram if he's out of shots to cover Militant 83.
A bounce! Tanker
It's a
91
bounce.
fires that heat shell into the track, and it will fizzle.
Silent Demise gets the kill as Militant 83 has now joined the belief business as Silent Demise is going to cruise down to the south. Drynitz in the 1390, 154 HP. He's not going to be able to hold against these tanks, and now cruising across. Militant 83 gets the kill. Overlord Prime, the only one left alive now for Hammer Time, all the way to the north, next to the Cunningham flag. With 5 minutes and 54 seconds on the map, folks, Cunninghams may close out this battle with a 2-0 lead in the series.
That was an incredibly bold push out of the Cunninghams. I was so surprised when it actually started to really work. I thought that the damage that it would take to pay to even get into that fight would be too much. I thought the 416 would be just too much, but we see an amazing brawl, and then even from the low ground between the grid squares like Golf 2 and J3, Juliet 3, between those grid squares, I feel like that's a great spot where you can just send your tanks to die because your enemy is in the high ground. But the 416 decides to close the distance, and I think that may have been a mistake. I don't think the 416 should have closed the distance. I don't think that was what should have happened. Tanker 91 should have held back and sniped down from some higher ground into that T-69.
Minute and 18 seconds left for the flag cap to happen. Looks like Militant 83, Silent Demise is on the hill trying to see if he can scout the tank that is known as the L Tractor from trying to escape here. But it's not really going to be possible.
Overlord line does reveal his position. He is on a red cap. 1 minute and 26 seconds for him to cap, but 52 seconds for blue base capture. So one way or another, we are going to see this go end in just a short time, as it looks like Silent Demise is heading on towards the cap. Will he get there in time?
Probably. He'll probably get there in time to get the kill.
And it looks like Overlord Prime just wasting
Overlord is really mad at this barn.
time. What did that barn ever do to him?
No, it was in his way.
Oh, but wait, it's not even his way.
It is now.
Okay.
Target practice for Overlord Prime here to make sure his L Tractor is accurate and gets those penetration shots. Silent Demise going to push in the 1390. Wait for it. Wait for it. Shot fire from Overlord. It's going to be a miss. Silent Demise misses again
Overlord,
with the
come on,
jukes.
buddy.
And he's going to crash right into him for the kill. Cunninghams takes battle number 2.
Fantastic.
Swift play by the Cunninghams.
Yeah, we were talking about it before the battle, how much faster We saw Cunninghams play Prohorovka, how much earlier every single one of their battles would end relative to Hammer Time. Hammer Time playing is so much slower, more passive. That T-32, though, was not able to hold off the aggression from 2 T-69s and from a Pershing just pushing on in. And especially with an early lead like that, we had a T-1 go down almost instantly in that battle.
Indeed, indeed. And that T1 suffering right at the beginning, again, comes down to that map control. Waffles, what did you think of that match?
I felt, honestly, I have to agree with Randall. I felt that push was going to cost them far more than it actually did. I'm not sure. It looks here to me like the 416, it put a lot of shots out, but it only penned 9 times out of 16. So I feel like maybe it wasn't putting in the work it should have been. They had it isolated way back out of the fight. That's usually what you do with a 416. But I just feel like it wasn't putting the work in to make it work. That push should not have worked as well as it did, I don't think.
Well, but it did. Worked out for him.
Very excellent.
We're going to take a quick break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WGLNA Season 2 Finals, live in beautiful Las Vegas. I'm Joshua Clutch Gray, joined by Randall Rukel-Holcomb, and a special guest, Waffles, the leader of Simplistic. Perhaps a name change in the future?
Yeah, we've been talking about it. We've been having a lot of trouble. It seems like we kept getting right to the brink of coming to Vegas. And I feel like we might change our name to Team Struggle Bus next year.
The Struggle Bus.
It just seems like we can never quite get over the hump and get into the top 8 to come down here. But I got to come down here. I got to join with you guys and do this, and it's been a great time down here so far. So, you know, maybe we'll hold off on Struggle Bus. We'll see.
Well, we really appreciate your time here, Waffles. You've been a great asset to the team for the entertainment value, really, as well, and also to get more expertise from somebody that played in this season to see what these teams are bringing. Because I'm very impressed with the type of talent that we saw in Season 1. We did predict that Simp and Fulcrum would make it into the finals, and it did happen. In Season 2, I cannot make that same prediction. I honestly cannot. Do I think Fulcrum can take it? Yes. Do I think Simp can take it? Yes. I also think Simple Tankers can. I also think that the Cunninghams can, maybe even Hammer Time. And I really look forward to finding out what's going to happen this weekend. If you guys are in Vegas or you're close to Vegas, come on down. It's free entry. A lot of people here are having a great time. You can also test out World of Tanks for yourself on PC and also on the Xbox 360. And gentlemen, it's time now to jump into the next map, and that map is going to be on Ents. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. Battle number 3 of the Cunninghams versus Hammer Time.
Taking a look at these tanks, we have 2 AMX 5100s for either team, and then 2 IS-3s, but Tanker 91 will be in an IS-3, and look, Countess will be in an Object 416. I'm gonna give you 3 guesses, Clutch. Where's that 416 going?
Center.
Well, you're right.
Center and center.
Well, you were right the first time. You didn't really need those other 2.
Well, I was stacking it for the odds.
Okay, well, you have fantastic payout for that one then.
I hope so, because my payouts for other stuff have not been too good here in Vegas. Zazie, NYPD, Libestad, Tanker 91, Drynitz, and T1 are going to stay close in the GH quadrant on the 2-3 and possibly 4 line if they do move to the east. But they're going to stay in that position in a defensive way as the Cunninghams are going to continue to maybe mount. Wait a second. No, I thought they were going to mount a total assault going down to the south, but it's not going to be the case. They're going to stay on the spread, really, down the Delta line on the 3 and the 5. No one is going to be on the east side so far, except maybe a light tank.
Yep, little T1 making his way on over there. That is Caster Starwind. He's going to start playing that east side. You got to have a T1 head off into the east at least. You got to have some control. You got to have the cover. You just need that map knowledge, because what happens if, you know, Hammer Time decides let's push down the east side of the map and you have no one out there? You just miss out on so much intel and the possibility of a cap fest. However, now you see a bit of a, oh wow, it's spawning Liebestad and Declan of Death are spotted by A. Martin as he actually is moving down one of the roads, just moving back towards the east.
That's going to be some crucial information for the Cunninghams to position themselves accordingly here. And I'm really impressed with Hammer Time staying completely away from the railroad tracks. And they want to use this maybe perhaps a diversion of Declan Death as a T1, and also one of the heavy tanks that was scouted to have them push further down, have the Cunninghams push further down to the south, and allow for Hammer Time to
But
get
now
some
the push,
fire in.
Dryness, Liebestad, Tanker 91 are all spotted, and then even Zazzy is spotted, and there, Liebestad will take the first hit as a bold push comes from the Hammer Time.
And they're going to push in. Dryness slowed down a little bit of that push, but he does move in towards the buildings. IS-3 Silent Demise has taken a little bit of damage. Countess takes down Declan to death using the object 416. Silent Demise almost down at 109 HP. He falls to Zazzy.
Militant tries to block at the last second, but he is too late, unable to save his battle buddy. And now Countess and Taka will jump onto Zazzy. Zazzy going down to 451 hit points as Countess looks like he will shift his attention in on NYPD. And there, Commander J will take down NYPD as Taka goes up against Zazzy. Elsewhere, IS-3's Militant 83 is getting focused down as Liebestad will wait for Militant to back up, waiting for that keyhole shot. A. Martin was trying to make a huge distraction of himself, and success as Countess will be able to take down Liebestad in the IS-3.
Commander J from behind, gonna hit Dryness one more time for the kill. Taka 001 may take it, no. Tanker 91 gets the kill against Militant 88, and now only 2 tanks are alive for Hammer Time. That is Tanker 91. Tanker 91 gets the kill against Countess, however, he's gonna be up against a 5100. Taka 001 moving in close. IS-3, Tanker 91, gonna try to hit the side. Nope, still reloading here. Taka 001, still reloading, trying to get away from the IS-3.
Taka, what are you doing? What exactly are you going for
He's playing Ring
here?
Around the Rosie right now with Tanker 91.
And he has pulled Tanker 91 to reveal his rear to Commander J, who is coming on in slowly. And there, in the connection, Tanker 91 will be boxed in a little bit. Taka. There we go. Commander J will finally come in, and there is the finishing kill. Victory, Hammer Time. Cunninghams.
Cunninghams able to take it. 3 so far, 1 battle away from closing out the series and moving to the semifinals. Can the Cunninghams be team number 3 to join us tomorrow? They're 1 battle away. Tough spot right now for Hammer Time. The new blood, the inexperienced ones on the stage, but plenty of experience when it comes to the esports format of World of Tanks. You can see it on their faces. They're not happy. They are not happy.
I think it's getting to them. I think the fact that they're on stage here, that they're under this kind of pressure is really affecting their play. I'm not trying to put anything against the Cunninghams. Cunninghams are a fantastic team, but they also have that experience. They're an exceptional team. And Hammer Time is also incredibly talented. It's just that this appears to be fairly one-sided.
The type of positioning that Hammer Time had on the West City block felt okay for the time being, because if it did force out a north to south push from Cunninghams, they could have easily flanked them and won the HP war for the beginning 2, 3, 4 minutes. That wasn't the case. They continued to push, and the Cunninghams circled around them. Great flanks happening. Waffles, could Hammer Time done anything differently in those first couple minutes?
I feel like that was a really well executed flank that they put on. I'm not sure what I would have done differently. I feel like they got themselves into a bad situation, and once that situation had started, it was too late for them to correct, essentially.
I couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. Well, that's going to do it for that battle. We're 1 battle away to maybe having a winner moving on to the semifinals, or one of the biggest comebacks in finals history. Stay tuned. Battle number 4, the Cunninghams versus Hammer Time, will continue after this. The next map, for the first time in the finals for Season 2, is going to be Cliff. This is a map that was added into Season 2. It was replaced Airfield,
yeah.
Which was the map that, for some reason, Fulcrum loved to choose if they lost a battle.
That's because no one else knew how to play it.
Yeah.
I think that was it. Like, they just had actually a strat. And no one else wanted to play the things. So like,
Relics throws up his hands going, deal with it. Cunninghams has a 100% win rate on 3 games on Cliff. Hammer Time, 33%.
Ooh.
The Cunninghams are favored to win this battle.
Hammer Time picked this map. That's not looking good.
Well, maybe they have a trick up their sleeve. Let's go ahead and jump into battle number 4, ladies and gentlemen. On Cliff, Cunninghams versus Hammer Time.
Looking at these tank lineups, For Hammer Time, we have Liebestad taking a Pershing Tanker 91 and a T-69 and 3 1390s along with 2 T1 Cunninghams. Now, the Cunninghams will take 2 T-69s instead of a Pershing, going for burst. They will also bring 3 1390s. And as, look at the strat out of the Cunninghams. What an interesting approach to take, putting so many tanks right down the middle. And they're actually going to head up the little cliff side over here, trying to get a little bit of west side control. And there, Overlord Prime will be spotted, and he may square up against A. Martin. A. Martin's might go down.
It's 7 HP is A. Martin. He falls to Declan of Death. And now Cunninghams may have given the false sense of security initially to Hammer Time, but Hammer Time may move in quickly enough to get some flank fire. Maybe not quick enough either. Declan of Death is able to see from far away. Uh-oh, my teammates are in trouble. Drynitz is in the 1390 in the center, and he's going to be sweeping in to try to get towards the Cunninghams. But Caster Starwin in the T1 will see him.
But crucial misses by members of Hammer Time will allow Countess and Commander J to live through that engagement. I was sure that at least Countess was going to go down, but I saw 2 shots sail straight over that 1390 and fail to connect. That is going to be huge for the Cunninghams, who now have an HP advantage. However, they have a T1 disadvantage, as their Commander J will go and attempt to get both of these T1s. Overlord Prime, he misses the first shot. Second shot should connect. Come on, Commander J. There, and he will take Overlord Prime, and now Declan of Death. With that, they have even T1s, but an engagement elsewhere as Militant 81 is focused, but no connections yet. Taka taking a hit. Shots returned as more members of Hammer Time are unable to get an HP advantage in this fight.
This is the last stand for Hammer Time against the Cunninghams. Taka 001 taking some hits from MIPD. He's going to fall. Drynitz into 1390, taking no damage yet. It's going to face Militant 83. Countess at only 74 hit points will fall.
But here Hammer Time is winning in this battle. They finally get it, making the right connections, the right focus, and Cunninghams will drop the first battle on Cliff, a map that they have not lost all season on. And there, it is now a 3v1. Commander J has to overcome absurd odds in order to win this battle. There's a chance, but it's so thin.
It was the circle around in the donut that allowed Hammer Time to get the necessary shots on those tanks, and for the isolation of having 2 against 1 just in a quick firefight. And that's all you need to initialize the battle and win out the battle by destroying more tanks faster than you lose tanks. Comes down to simple math.
I think the Pershing helped out in this. When everyone started to run out of shells, the Pershing remained consistent, and he was consistently dealing out the damage. And also Commander J, not in the fight, completely out of the fight. He's all the way in the northern portion of the map. Not enough time to put the cap pressure on. I think poor positioning, maybe a poorly timed decision, because Hammer Time made a great push at the right time.
And now Hammer Time moving to the south, sweeping for any enemy tanks, any Commander J tanks they could see. But they should go straight for the flag cap. 6 minutes and 42 seconds left. They have plenty of health to deal with 150 or 1390. But Drynitz is going to continue to sweep for the tank, cover his friends. They're going to go for the flag cap.
Commander J actually, in 2 clips, can destroy all of these tanks.
It's quite possible.
But it would require Drynitz, who is now beginning a screen, to really fumble here. And Commander J can make the right moves. He looks like I really like his approach. He is making a strong play, and he might just avoid Drynitz, which actually could allow him to kill Liebestad and Tanker 91. If he does that, we have an entirely different battle. No, Drynitz will get spotted, and Commander J finally getting spotted, slightly delayed.
Misses though, and another shot is able to go in, and Drynitz able to take fire. He will. Commander J at 371, Drynitz at 341, and now another traded fire. Will he get him? Drynitz is able to lock down the kill, and Hammer Time wins against Cunninghams.
Looks like gentlemen in the belief business.
We're in the belief business.
I might just, sign up.
Taking new members at any time for Hammer Time. Cunninghams has a Hammer Time sadness right now after that battle. 1 battle away from continuing to the semifinals. Hammer Time maybe having a bit more hope, a bit more pep in their step right now.
It's refreshing, the fact that they were able to come back. I felt like they would be demoralized, especially after 3 straight losses in a row. It's really hard to come back from that as a team, to stay together, to stay consistent and coherent. It's just incredibly difficult. I mean, losing it hurts and you get used to it, but losing that many times in a row and then being able to come back is an enormous task.
Well, perchance we might go to a replay of that match if we had it, but that donut engagement that happened was in the favor of Hammer Time. Actually, we do have the replays. Go ahead and jump to it. Now, because of the position that Cunninghams had, by not going center but going for the western approach, it left that complete center area open for the flank to happen from Hammer Time. And because of that, from that north side, that 13-9 is able to stream in and get some shots behind. And then the Pershing still staying alive, as you said, Rookhill, to keep firing while everyone else is reloading. That consistent damage means consistent deaths, and that's what you need in World of Tanks. Destroy your opponent.
And also, take a look. Cunninghams did not push out of the surround. When you're surrounded, you push. You push in a direction. You pick a direction, and you go forward. So then your opponent is forced to be on one side of you. If you're surrounded, you've talked about this before. You call it breaking turrets, pulling turrets in the wrong direction, and then what happens is you can put damage into the back of someone's turret. Little to no chance of bounce.
Yep. Waffles, any thoughts?
I think that the Cunninghams just got caught off guard with how far those 1390s had progressed by the time they started getting up the side of the hill. I think they were expecting to be able to take at least side control, get a couple of their tanks up there, be able to brawl, and then maybe be able to get the rest of their forces up while the autoloaders held off the rest of the forces. I just think they got caught off guard, that's all.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump to a quick break. We come back, battle number 5 of Hammer Time versus the Cunninghams after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WGLNA Season 2 Finals. We're about ready to jump into battle number 5 of Hammer Time versus the Cunninghams. As you see that big, beautiful tank behind us, don't make us angry because we'll turn it on. Ruinberg is going to be the next map. And this is a battle that we've seen where the south side moves to the north side and goes for the flag. The south side uses the delta, or the north side uses the delta village, and to their advantage, will push and sweep into the flag area if necessary for the victory.
Yeah, I really love giving an advantage in the opening part of the battle to the north side of the map. But later on, the south has that advantage of being able to put the cap pressure on more easily. And that is what I feel like gives the late game to the south side. North side, you can't put cap pressure on. It's so incredibly difficult. You can, but your opponent has to make mistakes more than anything else. And on top of that, I love the jump that you get from the north side into the Delta Village. Of course, Cunninghams have only played this one time. It was a win, but only once.
And Hammer Time has the advantage of the experience on this map with 5 games and an 80% win rate. Now, the overall average first kill, almost 3 minutes for Hammer Time and 2 for Cunninghams with that aggression and also landing their shots. When Hammer Time overall, the duration, 5:33. And looking at Ruinberg altogether, the south is way favored at 57% compared to the north. Highest
really
south
surprised.
win rate of all of the maps. So it's definitely the place you want to spawn when it comes down to it. We're almost ready for these players to jump into Ruinberg. We did see Pub Stars win earlier on this map by using the F Crossroads, and that was a great push-in by them against Simple Tankers. However, Simple Tankers did win out the series. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to jump into battle number 5 at the Cunninghams versus Hammer Time. Let's battle.
Taking a look at these tank lineups, looks like 2 AMX 5100s and 2 IS-3s. For Hammer Time, they will also be sporting an AMX 1390. For the other side, we're actually going to see 110s for Cunninghams. They'll be bringing also 2 AMX 5100s and an AMX 1390. So it's a choice of 110s over IS-3s. I'm really confused about this. I like it, but I really favor the IS-3 over the 110.
Dry Knits heading out to the front here in the 5100 when it comes to the western side sweep. But on the 7 line, we have the other heavy tanks moving to that side. Ruby Stott in the IS-3 along with Tanker 91. It looks like they're going to try to set up an engagement against the Delta Village placement of the north of Cunninghams. Commander J is spotted in the 1390, but he does fall back, so no shots will really hit him.
Just a good scout run on the opener there. Very safe. He got a little bit of intel Not all that much, though. And there, NYPD is spotted in the AMX 5100. That is huge. Shots will go out, and he will be taken down to 456.
456, like you said, Randall, and he's going to get away from the opening of those buildings, but the 110s from further away going to try to lock in another shot against him. He's going to move further to the north along the Delta Village side, while Taka 001 is spotted out along with Commander J in the 1390. Is he able to get a shot? No. He's trying so hard to angle that shot against NYPD. NYPD is trying to do the same thing. However, another shot from the left. Countess is able to get that final hit. And Drynitz is now engaging with the killers of his team.
At the same time, Leapestad and Tanker 91 are squaring off with Silent Demise and Militant 83. Just although it looks like Militant 83 and Silent Demise are almost ignoring these IS-3s, favoring to shoot other tanks while they will bounce a few shots. Silent Demise has not been hit. Leapestad and Tanker 91 will push in, and they will begin to focus Militant 83. Silent Demise begins to block, but there's a bounce. And Militant 83 will stay at 746, and there goes Leapestad.
Beautiful shot from Militant 83, the battle of the 110s versus the IS-3s. The Cunningham 110s are now in the victorious position as they were able to take down another Tier 8 here in just a matter of seconds. Tanker 91, couple shots away.
Oh wow, down. Fantastic connection through the truck, but it will be fruitless. He will go down. 110s just winning over IS-3s. That DPM, I think that's probably what happened there. We had a superior DPM and just some superior tanking in that engagement.
Yep, landing those shots and aiming correctly on the hull of those IS-3s was necessary for them to get that damage. Zazi in the 1390 is the only one left alive, the only tank stopping the Cunninghams from moving on to the semifinals, the only tank allowing Hammer Time to survive in the series.
Silent Demise does put a shot out on Zazi, but Zazi takes a left before that can connect. The shell does go wide, and now Cap will begin. Commander J and Taka will both be able to probably deal with Zazi here.
Zazi is able to get the kill on Taka 001. Commander J full health in the 1390. Missed shot from Zazi, and another hit into Commander J, but he lines up the hit. Is he reloaded? Nope, it takes a shot from the 5100 to get the kill. The Cunninghams move on to the semifinals.
Such strong play from the Cunninghams. They really are one of our best teams in the league, and they really defeated Hammer Time soundly. Hammer Time, their first time at a live event. I feel like those nerves really may have gotten to them here. Cunningham's, just being a veteran team, does understand how to play this, how to stay calm and cool and collected.
Well, the 110 strategy was brought twice from the Cunninghams. And multiple people, Soviet being one of them, will tell you, no, you never bring a 110. The IS-3 is far superior. But in the right hands,
he shakes his hand.
Now, after watching that, he's kind of doing maybe a so-so.
Someone may have convinced him. Cunninghams may have convinced him.
And that's why it's so intriguing to see the finals here, because these teams are bringing strategies they did not want to reveal in group play, or maybe didn't think of in group play, or didn't formulate until after they knew they're going to make it to Vegas. And they want to have the upper hand, not just in skill, but also in surprising their opponents.
Well, there was a recent rebalance with the IS-3. The armor, the entire model was changed, angles slightly altered a little bit, and so because of that, the effectiveness of the armor has been changed in some ways. So tankers have to get used to the way that they used to play against an IS-3. Some say the armor is weaker because of the angles. I don't know if I agree with that. I really haven't tested it as much. I did feel like I was more comfortable shooting at an IS-3 and penning, but we should probably ask some of the players about this whenever we get a chance to, because I'd love to hear the arguments that they have for the IS-3 and then also for the 110.
Sure. Waffles, Cunningham's victorious over Hammer Time. Surprise, or were you surprised that Cunningham's was able to swiftly get the victory?
You know, there's been almost an electric buzz about the Cunninghams going into this weekend. All the teams are talking about them, the improvement in play, and I think they just showed it there. Why all the buzz is there. That was some really solid play, very decisive, far more so than I thought it was going to be. The buzz is justified.
It is justified, and the progression this team has had since Season 1 is very justified from that performance alone, but they still have a mountain to climb. Their next opponents, they could be Simp, they could be Nerve, it could be Fulcrum Gaming, or it could be Simple Tankers. We're going to find out, because we have one more regular match for you guys tonight, and that is going to be Simp versus Nerve. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. The action of the esports league for World of Tanks in North America. I laugh because we've come so far, guys, in the last half a year to making the Season 2 finals, and we're just getting started. But the action continues here live in Las Vegas after this.